Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 88 of Direwolf20's Age of Engineering series. Today, I would like to spend a little bit of time upgrading some stuff. So you can see that I'm ready to run 13 upgrades at the moment. One thing I'd like to get is a hopper. And this, in theory, should upgrade the 4 items here with shield upgrades. Hooray! So I want to prepare to fight the Chaos Dragon. And to do that, I need to get better stuff. Long story short. So I've got some good armor. Like, it's probably better than what you would expect to be good. We're going to need another Awakened Draconium, please. Boom. And we're going to need you. Nice. Draconic Flux Capacitor. Capable of holding 256 million RF. Which is a lot of RF, it seems. But it's going to be more powerful soon. So you go ahead and fill up there, Buster. Zoinks. Yeah, see? Takes a while to fill up 256 million RF. Not that long, because the energy infused is pretty fast, but enough, right? So yeah, we're gonna boost this thing here in a minute. But long story short, charge armor, charge held items, charge armor and held items. Cool. I'm gonna spend a few minutes off camera here, getting a bunch of draconic tier upgrades, right? So basically, I'm upgrading all these guys with better shielding right now. Tier 1 shielding. So every upgrade is the same recipe, you just have to adjust the key, right? So it's either upgrade key, right, or, so it could be, you know, arrow damage or attack damage, right? It doesn't matter, it's always the same, just the key affects what the difference is. So we just upgraded all 4 of our draconic gear with a little bit better shielding. You can see my shield now on the bottom left is 1024. Sweet. The other one I might want to upgrade while I'm here is that guy, right? So that is shield recovery time. That's pretty much how fast your shield can recharge. So we're going to let that charge up, right? And we can see that, you know, this guy's got shield capacity is at basic tier. Shield recovery is about to be at basic tier. And then I'd also like to do RF capacity so that they can all store better RF. I'm going to at least get everything upgraded to Wyvern tier. And that'll be cool. That's pretty much what I'm going to work on. So you can see I just kind of stuck all the items, 13 sets of items, because I'm going to need 3. So there's 4 pieces of armor, right? So 4 shields. 4 shield recoveries is 8. 4 upgrade key for RF is 12. And then I also want to do an RF upgrade on the flux capacitor, so that'll be 13. So that's why I had 13 sets of items in all the stacks there. And then I'll do the same for the next tier. So we're going to need 26 nether stars and 26 draconic cores, which I might as well start crafting now. So 26 of you needs more end stone, huh? Might have to go. We're going to either have to automate that, or we're going to have to go do something about it. But I guess we can get our drill out for a second. And teleport over to the end. Hello, the end. I don't have my armor on, by the way, so let's try not to die out here. My armor is currently being upgraded. But this gets me what I would call a decent amount of end stone pretty quickly. It doesn't take long to get end stone like this. Enough for now. So we said we needed 26 of you, right? Yeah. So that's all cool. We can go home. So all my draconic gear, and I know I said I was kind of going to do this off camera, but I'm doing some of it on camera. How am I flying? Anybody have any idea how I'm flying right now? I don't know. I don't have my angel ring on me, do I? Okie dokie then. No honest idea how I am flying. So take that out. We're going to put the RF upgrade in. Now this guy can hold 256, right? We're going to drop him in there. And then we're also going to get our draconic gear. So the reason I want to have lots of RF capacity is when we fight the Chaos Dragon, he's really a tough cookie. He really is difficult to fight. And he's going to drain the power out of our shields really quickly. So we want to have as good a shield as we possibly can. We want it to regenerate itself very quickly. And we want to have plenty of power because it's going to like destroy our power pretty much. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. So we're going to want to pretty much do everything we can to survive this fight. So you're probably in the process of making lots and lots of Draconic cores. Cool. We're also going to want about 26 of you. And then what else do we need for the next tier? 26 emeralds. That's easy. We should have plenty of those. Cool. And once the Wyvern cores are done, once the Draconic cores are done, I'll ask for the Wyvern cores, because we're going to need 13 of those. Cool. So let's go over here for a sec. Because I should have my battery thing. Right, so now it's capable of holding 384 million RF. Sweet. So again, the more RF we hold, the better. Only because it's going to hurt so much when we fight this Chaos Dragon, which today's goal is Chaos Dragon. Right, so I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here off camera, and we will come back in a moment. Let's see, that's the last body part, armor part that we've got going on here. So now we should have fully upgraded our armor and our flux capacitor all to the Draconic tier, or the basic tier, at least of what I would want, right? So let's see, Draconic. Cool. And you're making that. Cool, so that means that your 26 of these are done. So now we're gonna want 13 of you, which is gonna require no nether stars available? That's a lie. There's nether stars. Oh, that's just, okay, it just looked like, okay, we're good. So that kicks off in crafts, and you can hear explosions happening. Ha, automation is the best. So now when I put on all this armor, it'll recharge its internal battery. See RF filling up? Nice. So these guys all have the ability to hold more RF. They're all basic tiered, right? And then once we have our Wyverns, we can upgrade everything to Wyvern tier, which is gonna be cool. Sweet. So that's going to take a minute for all that to craft, so we'll be back in a minute. I think this is the last upgrade necessary for everything to be Wyvern core. So let's check our armor. We're going to put it on. We will see that now we have 1536 armor, internal buffer of lots of power. We're going to have to fill that guy up again. You might need a better laser going on. Do we have a purple laser around here that I could maybe get? I don't know, it's not that slow. It's kind of slow. Fill up. Nice. All right, so internal armor capacitor. All these at Wyvern tier for everything now. Has me at 512 million RF in my armor. And this guy having 512 million RF as an internal battery. So pretty much a full suit of armor is power for backup. I'm thinking I want to get these all upgraded to Awakened tier, and it doesn't look completely impossible. So with that said, I'm going to need, if I do want to do that, 26 Wyvern cores, and 26 blocks of Emerald, and 13 Awakened cores. Awakened cores are what again? Lots of Wyvern cores. That's a lot. 13. So I'm gonna need a lot of Awakened cores. A lot of Wyvern cores ultimately is what it comes down to. We will see. I might just want to do maybe just my shield for my armor can be awakened, but not recovery, and maybe not RF on the armor, but RF on this. So maybe let's do like 5 sets, right? So just shield and 1 RF. Does that sound fair? Shield capacity? So if we're going to do that, we're going to need a total of 10 Wyvern cores and 5 Awakened cores. So you should be in process. I requested a handful. So yeah, we'll come back in a minute. I'm not duping Awakened cores. You're duping Awakened cores. All right, so I think we're good here. What I'm going to want is you. I should have one more of you showing up in a second. And where's my Wyvern doohickeys? There they are. Are you done? You're almost done. There you go. You're done. Cool. So that should be cool, right? So you, and you, and you. And then I want shield capacity. And I want all my armor to have better shield capacity, not shield recovery. Shield capacity. Cool. And that should be good. And then I'll do one more upgrade for the RF storage and the flux capacitor. Okay, so this should boost up the capacitor of this thing. Nice. Okay, so let's get our armor all out of here and get ready to charge that guy up. And then we should be good. Real quick, actually, Draconic Room. Once you're done crafting, I need this thing back. Otherwise, if you leave this in here, it'll mess up any auto crafting that you've set up. So like next time I go to request Awakened Draconium, for example, it won't work because this card's sitting there. Right? Whoops. Central area, please. So let's get Draconic Gear out. So I should have my armor. And you can do that and refill yourself. Armor can go on. So we've now got 2048 for shielding. So we pretty much quadrupled our shielding capacity by doing that. So we should be really good. So we've got a bow, which fires really fast. Right? And if I set the bow to, because his, what do we got in here? Draconic Tier, arrow speed, arrow damage, and draw speed, right? So if we set him to auto fire on, he should shoot really quickly. So yeah, we're pretty much ready to fight the Chaos Dragon, I think. Now, it's been a while since I've done this, but I'm pretty sure we basically head off in any one of the 4 cardinal directions, right? We just zip on out there, and we have to find, is it 10,000? Pretty sure it's 10,000, right? So I'm just going to head off to the X negative 10,000 Z0 position, which should be about this location-ish. That looks pretty darn close to being accurate, right? So we're a third of the way there already. Luckily, Draconic Flight gives us... And I don't even have a flight speed modifier in this thing. I mean, it's pretty shenanigans how fast it is by default. We're halfway there. We've traveled 5,000 blocks in the last few seconds. I'm going to slow down right around the 9,000 point and be ready. I just want to, A, make sure World Gen settles down. I don't want a whole bunch of lag while I'm fighting the Chaos Dragon. I feel like that would be really bad. Look at all this cool stuff I'm passing, by the way. See, World Gen's starting to choke a little bit. You can tell because of, you know, slowness. But it's all right. It'll settle. Luckily, the end doesn't have a lot of World Gen going on, so that's kind of nice, right? So right about here is probably a good place to stop. And we'll let it settle down a little bit. So there should be a Chaos Dragon instance right around here somewhere. Chaos Guardian, that's what's up. All right, so I don't really remember this fight, so we're kind of going in blind because it's been a while since I've done it. But, oh, look, there he is. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, look at all that ouch damage that I'm taking. Oh yeah, look at that. Look, my entropy's really high, and my, yeah, things are bad. Hopefully he fixed the bug. Yeah, so the Guardian's crystals definitely prevent him from taking any damage at all. So let's shut all these guys down. Wow, yeah, that shielding is keeping me up, but entropy drops super fast. Luckily, I've got that fast regen thing going on. How's my battery's actually doing quite good here. But if I get fatal damage, it's going to hurt a lot. So we have to look for crystals that are still alive. There's one. Nice. I think I can shoot some of these projectiles. So we basically want to zip around as fast as we can and shut down all these crystals. And try and avoid the projectiles he's shooting at us. Yeah, that was close. Whew. Critical damage! Ouch. Pain. That hurt my capacitor just a little bit. Critical damage. Luckily, Awakened... So that would have killed me if I wasn't wearing a full Awakened set. But luckily, Awakened sets completely nullify your ability to die while you have power. Alright, any other crystals alive here? We should be getting low. Critical damage again. Alright, I want to settle down for a minute, get my entropy back. Once the entropy on my armor is back, it'll recharge a little bit faster, and that'll be cool. So you can see which crystals are active. Can he take damage yet? This one's still active. Did I get it? I don't even know, to be honest with you. Whew, this crazy, crazy fight. Still active. I think he took damage. He took damage. We can damage him now. So now it's just a matter of whittling him down. And avoiding all those projectiles he's got going on. Guardian crystals, what? Dragon is insane! See, this armor is OP until you fight the Chaos Dragon. And then it's like, dude. Alright, I can kind of see why you need this much protection. Ow. How's my Draconic Flux Capacitor is doing? Okay, that's why we filled it up with so much power. If we didn't charge that Draconic Flux Capacitor and give it a boost in power storage, we would be in a lot more trouble right now. Almost dead. Come back to you. Got him! Nice. Nice. Now, my drill, nice. So I basically want to go towards the center of this island. Because there should be... Let's take out upgrade. Let's get acceleration upgrades. Drill. I want to make you nice and fast. Drill. Because in here somewhere should be chromium infused obsidian. That's a good sign. There it is. A bunch of experience for me, which I don't mind if I take. And that's the Chaos Shard, which was, until I killed that dragon, surrounded in a force field. Now I want to make sure I know how to get out of here. There it is. Because as soon as I break this, this island's going to explode in a bad way. So this was encased in a force field before I killed the dragon. Now that I killed the dragon, the force field is down, I can break this. So let's get him. Nice. I have a magnum. Alright, so it's time to get out of here, because bad things are about to happen. Bad things. Running away from bad things. Oh boy, here comes the explosion. Everybody cross your fingers. I want to have my advanced dislocator ready to take me to my space station as needed. Kind of do like watching this, though. Uh-oh. Bad times are ahead. Did it settle down? Nope. Escaping blast radius. Not so much. Don't look directly at the light, guys. Is it down? Is it done? Oh boy, that's a bright flash. I think it's settled. Well, that island is toast. Yeah, pretty much wrecked. That's all that remains of that island that we were just fighting on. Not bad. All right, so I got 5 Chaos Shards, which is kind of cool. And we can zip right back to our base, right? So that was negative 10,000 on the X. We could go do that again. I will probably do it off camera. Can I mean, just for giggles. Just because I'm curious. Of course I can. I can dupe those. Oh my goodness. That is hilarity of the ultimate sort. Cool. So that's dupable. And we could probably also dupe chaotic cores as well, I would imagine. So that's a thing. So we killed the Chaos Dragon. I'm proud of us. Oh, by the way, we used about half, just a bit less than half of the power in our Draconic Flux Capacitor. So definitely going to recommend having upgraded this guy to at least Wyvern or Draconic tier capacity. Draconic's probably where you want to be. That was a close fight. Well, not super close, but it was definitely a little bit crazy. And trust me, if I had died out there, probably would have been a bad time. You know, how was I going to get back out there again if I died? Yeah, totally can dupe Chaos Shards. That's hilarious. This is like the most OP block I've ever seen in any mod. I mean, and that's saying something. That is overpowered. 1.5 billion RF is not that much RF to be able to quadruple any item in the game. So that's a thing. I mean, I'm going to try not to abuse it too much, but that's a lie. Because we've reached the point in the game where we're at the creative age, right? Like the age of making creative things. So, yeah. Doesn't the creative vending upgrade for storage drawers exist? So once we make something like that, we would be able to, in theory, have unlimited of any item. We just stick it in the storage drawer, and then we have unlimited items from that storage drawer. So that's a thing, right? And then apparently crafting 1 by itself makes 2. So at some point soon, we'll be able to have unlimited of items, right? Basic bin of iridium ore. So you need 4096 iridium ore. Iridium ore? Iridium. Oh, that's iridium ore. All right, so we're gonna need a lot of iridium if we want to get to that point. Well, we might. What else do we need a lot of? Manulin doesn't probably not be that bad. HDPE pellets, those are easy. Oh, look, hey, we do have a need to make more of those. Cool, 4096 of them, and scented paneling. Really, dude? Pretty sure that's a B item. Scented paneling, 4096. So we need a bit of honey, which shouldn't be too bad because we're pretty much automating combs, right? We should have a lot of combs. Yeah, we have a lot of combs. Simmering, dripping, all that good stuff. Mysterious comb. Do we get honey from centrifuging that? We do. So, I mean, reasonable to say that that would be possible to make. And then creative gas tanks and creative fluid tanks ×2. Right? Creative gas tanks are made with some basic empty gas tanks and creative energy cubes ×4. Creative energy cubes are made from quantum generators, which are made from creative capacitor tanks. All right, so all this creative stuff is well within reach now, which is cool. So creative capacitor bank from Ender.io. That's nifty. So we might want to look into making some of that stuff sooner than later. But at the very least, let's get ourselves an awakened or a chaotic core. So it's going to be 4 awakened cores and 4 draconium. Hey, I have 4 awakened cores on me right now. And 1, 2, 3, 4 draconium. Nice. So 4, 4, and one of you should be a chaotic core, which we can then dupe if we so decide. Nice. Back in a minute. So for testing purposes only, of course, chaotic core. Of course it is. That's hilarious. Now, to be fair, some of the things we're about to have to make, this type of thing is totally going to be necessary. And 1.5 billion RF, while not a lot of RF, is not a small amount of RF either. Remember, we had a comically large amount of RF up here, but we're down to 12 billion. So we are actually using RF. We are surprisingly, I mean, granted, I'm running a lot of this, right? But we are surprisingly using a decent amount of RF right now to make that happen. What's our Yellorium? So we should have lots of Yellorium, right? Yeah, okay, good. So a larger, so right now, I'm pretty sure I have set up at my old base. We don't have, like, the entire world, my entire base is running on that tier 4 solar panel. So I'm pretty sure even though this thing is here, his only real job is to, you should probably be inputting from the dimensional transceiver. So really the only thing that this thing is set up to do, he's really kind of idle. He's really just here to supplement this stuff running. So that's cool. What are you doing outside? How do you keep getting out, by the way? Every now and then I come over here and there's one of these dudes who's just like, hey, I got out, haha. Okay. So that's neat. And I assume that you're probably finished by now, Draconium area. Yeah, that's comical. It's hilarious that that is a thing. Cool. So lots of good stuff. Very pleased. Did a Chaos Dragon today. I'm happy. Yeah, pure shenanigans right there. Pure shenanigans. And you said Draconic was OP. Cool. So that's all good stuff, right? So I think what we're going to do is probably wrap up the episode here. We accomplished what I want to do today, which is kill the Chaos Dragon, get Chaos Shards, and then get Chaos stuff. So let's just review what we need to do to get a creative capacitor, right? We needed a chaotic core, and we need a bunch of solar, so we need a tier 4 solar panel controller, which is obviously easy because we've already made one, right? Solar panel, this guy from Solar Flux Reborn, shouldn't be too bad. Photovoltaic cells are pretty easy to make unless he changed the recipe to be too shenanigan-y, but it doesn't look like he did. So that's actually really easy to make. We've already got a Draconic Flux Capacitor. We need an Elite solar panel from this mod, which hopefully isn't too bad. We need an Advanced Solar Generator from Mechanism, which I assume is not too bad. It doesn't look too insane. And then we need a Quantum Solar Panel from Industrial Craft 2's Advanced Solars mod. So we already know how to make ultimate hybrid solar panels, right? And now we need 8 of them to get a quantum core. Cool. So the problem with ultimate hybrid solar panels, I think we've got 1 or 2 already, is that it requires huge amounts of iridium, 65 iridium per, which doesn't sound too bad, except that it kind of is, but it's not. And so let's kick that off. And I think in my IC2 area, I can demonstrate this. But remember I told you that these, so this is an ultimate hybrid solar. So we have 1 ultimate and we have 1 hybrid. Right? So we have an ultimate hybrid solar panel here, right? And you're making, oh right, lots and lots of that stuff is needed as well for the ultimate hybrid. Because he needs Cenarium stuff. So Cenarium's going crazy, doing its thing. This is one of the items, like I said, that's black. Because you would immediately think like, oh, just put it in there, Dire, and it would be easy. Nope, it's on the blacklist. No clicking into it. So we do actually have to make 8 of these ultimate hybrid solars. Whew. That's going to be the hardest part, I suspect, getting a quantum solar. Everything else is probably not hard. That'll be hard. Now, we can totally speed this thing up by throwing solar panels in and around it. So you're doing what down here? You're doing fine. So, like... Now, HV solars, we can dupe, right? So what I could do would be something like this. So you should all be online now, creating power. And this thing, from what I can tell, generally just accepts whatever power you want to give it. So he looks like he's running faster now, right? Like, look at the speed of the progress bar there versus now. Definitely faster with those solars hooked up, right? So I think in theory, if I duped a bunch of HV solars, I could drastically increase the speed at which the mass fabricator thingy, or that thing that create stuff runs, right? And then make lots of iridium really fast like that, right? So molecular transformer, we can just basically create like a solar flower of HV solars and connect them all into that thing. And I think that's what we'll work on next episode. So for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time and stuff and things. All right? So for now, take it easy.